Lee Mosbacker is the CEO of Cyrannus, the seed investment product for the future. Let's give a hand to Lee.
Right. First off, thanks for having me here. It's a great event. A lot of great people showed up. A lot of friends from the Bay Area and everywhere from Texas are here. So I'll give you a brief background. We got really entrenched into venture and just noticed that there's a big difference from the people that can raise the money and the people that really know what's going on in industry. And what we had built was this predictive polling market where we could even identify at the later stages of a systemic bias in polling, and we took advantage of it. And so we thought, hey, can we do that in the venture space? Can we find a way to poll the human capital that's out there in the world around a deal and get a number? And from that number, we take our money and put it into these startups. And then my partner was like, yeah, I want to do all these deals. Who are we going to find to look at the deals? So we put together Cyrannus, which is pretty cool. So if you're a founder, you can upload your elevator pitch. And the first 25%, it's very video focused. It's like a TikTok. So the elevator pitch is so that you can sell and compel us. The top 25% of the elevator pitches go through. And then we get into a deeper due diligence around 5 different videos and a pitch deck and what we call a data room like. And for the founder, you can really submit as many times as you want, up level your score, refine your pitch. And our goal to you as a founder is that we're going to fund you around in 2 to 4 weeks if you're in the top 5%. And then if you're in the top 20%, we'll syndicate that to our angel group, which is about 200 strong right now. And they're active angels. They've all written like 10K checks. And so we launched the product a month ago. And this week we deployed 1.2 million to 4 startups. And me and my partner and another partner, Sherry Witter, her father-in-law was Dean Witter, and it used to be Morgan Stanley Dean Witter. She's come in and a couple other people. And we've got about 100 million behind us. We're going to deploy that in the next 3 years. I'm in talks with the state of Ohio of adopting the platform for the state. There's about $4 billion a year that the state spends on startups, and they're hoping to run that platform or that money through us. And then on the flip side, my partner is invested in, so we have 15 deals, him and I together. And he's invested in 100 startups, average check size around 250K. It's a 10 to 15 year hold if you're in venture, right? And you have to wait 15 years before you know the end of the game. How do you ever get really good? And I believe that to be good in anything, whether you're a musician or you're an athlete or an investor, you have to have 3 critical things. You have to have a fair marketplace. You have to have immediate feedback, and you have to have lots of shots on goal, right? So we wanted to provide that to the market, and we think by adding that primary market, so we're not a secondary market, we're a primary market. By really adding that primary market to early stage equities, people can get great at investing. People can manage their finances because everybody has life challenges. Maybe it's just a simple portfolio rebalancing. Maybe it's death in the family, maybe it's kidneys to go to college. We think that we can open this up to the vast majority of accredited investors. So 20% of households are accredited investors. I pitched this in front of the Ohio State Alumni Network, which they're investing. And 35% of the Ohio State alumni are accredited investors. There's 450,000 of them. Less than 0.1% go into venture. So can we tap that? Can we explode this market up? And then just maybe there's roles for traditional VC to play as people become more comfortable and more educated in the space to really get into venture. A partner of mine that just came on, we're going out to 238 Catholic institutions. You can imagine the type of wealth management that they have. Can we do really interesting things around fund pricing and structure, like I mentioned before? With this, we realized that we don't have to charge any fees because we can make all the fees in a perpetual marketplace. Taking that model and putting it into venture is really interesting because then I can offer a 0% management fee. I get a big chunk of equity. My experts are getting paid, but I'm paying them through that equity. So if you're an expert in your space, come onto our platform. I really want people to be able to make a living at this. So it's not like an advisor to a startup where you're getting equity points, advisor shares, and they're hung up for 10 to 15 years. These are equity credits that you can invest in the things that you want as an expert, and you can buy and sell them nearly immediately. And I think that by making these individuals that really know what's going on in venture, in industry, partners in our fund, and helping us shape the future of technology, that that's going to be super disruptive. And I can charge a 0% management fee from that. I can also charge a 0% carry, and maybe I can sell it at a discount to you if you're a high net worth individual or a family office. So that's the long-winded story. Um, the app's available in the App Store. It's Cyrannus. My chief of staff, Emily, is here. So if you have any questions, please reach out to her. But this event's been great. If you have any questions, I'm available afterwards. I hope you like the platform, and I hope you see how innovative it is. Because when I go talk to venture capitalists, they're like, "Oh, what are you? Are you the this or this or that?" And I say we're like the Y Combinator meets Robinhood, but that's just because there's really nothing like this out on the market right now. So I really invite you to take a look at it. So thank you.